Now we're going to go through some specific rules that help people stay safe at work. You'll learn what activities are prohibited, best practices for protecting yourself from injury, all about safety equipment, and more. First, let's talk about what work you can and cannot do on a shift. Moonrisers may only perform work that they were assigned to do at a client location. Do not perform work that you have not been assigned to do or trained to do. For example, if you accepted a shift as a car detailer and your on-site manager asks you to unload a freight truck instead, you should decline. Contact Moonrise if this cannot be resolved while at a customer location. Never perform any work that is obviously dangerous or unsafe, like climbing a rickety ladder. It is very important that you know and follow all safety regulations for your specific work assignment. Before starting any task, make sure you know exactly what it is to be done and how to do it safely. Let your supervisor know if you feel or do not have adequate safety protection or knowledge for any work activity. Make sure all tools and equipment are in proper working order. Do not fix or repair anything yourself unless you are requested by your site supervisor, trained and authorized to do so. Report unsafe equipment to your supervisor immediately. Do not take chances. Never remove or bypass guards on your machines or equipment. Absolutely no horseplay is ever permitted. Keep your mind on your work. Do not distract others or allow your attention to wander from the task at hand. Work areas must be kept clean and orderly at all times. Keeping the job site clean and organized is everyone's responsibility. Some work assignments at Moonrise require employees to use various forms of personal protective equipment, such as gloves, safety goggles or glasses, hard hats, earplugs, and steel-toed boots. Personal protective equipment will not prevent an accident from happening, but it does provide a barrier to personal injury. Ask your supervisor to understand how to utilize the protective personal equipment given to you if you do not understand. All personal protective equipment must be cleaned, worn, and used as instructed. For your protection and to meet OSHA requirements, no employee may accept an assignment that requires respirator use until they have completed a medical evaluation form or a physical with a physician. Further, the client is required to select a respirator that effectively protects you from the exposures in their environment. However, if you are wearing a respirator and can smell or taste a chemical, you must leave the exposure area immediately and advise your supervisor.
No moonriser should lift or be asked to lift an object heavier than 25 pounds unless they have a heavy lifter certification. Let's demonstrate the proper way to lift a heavy object. Remove greasy substances from hands before attempting to lift. Get a good handhold. Be sure that you have good footing. Your feet should be close to the object to be lifted and far enough apart for good balance, about shoulder's width. Place one foot slightly ahead of the other. Your toes should be pointed slightly outward. When lifting, shift the load or your body until you are in a position to make a straight lift. Never lift while in an awkward position. When making a lift from the floor, keep your arms as straight as practical, bend your knees, and then lift with the powerful muscles of your legs. If you have to change directions, do not twist your body. To turn, move only your legs and feet. To set down the object, reverse the lifting procedure. With back straight, bend knees and go down to the crouching position. If it is necessary to lift from an elevation, such as a bench, table, or shelf, bring the object as close to your body as possible and keep your back straight as you lift with your legs. Ask for help when, because of excessive weight, bulk, or awkward shape,
Let's do it one more time,
the
just
load
so we
cannot
have
be handled safely by one person.
more than
Use
one
material
player.
handling aids as much as possible.
Do not operate any machinery without proper authorization, training, and instruction. If you have any questions or doubts whatsoever about the hazards or operation of any machine, do not operate it until your supervisor has answered your questions. Since machine-related accidents are often very serious, Any written rules or supervisor's directions which are not explicitly followed will result in strong disciplinary action or dismissal. Inspect all hand and power tools before use daily. Also, thoroughly inspect all electrical cords. Do not use any tool without proper training, instruction, and authorization. Keep tools in good condition. Use, maintain, and store power tools according to the manufacturer's instructions. Moonrise employees are not allowed on scaffolds or ladders more than 6 feet above ground level unless prior approval is obtained from Moonrise. If you are not specifically advised that your assignment would require you to work on ladders or scaffolding, please call Moonrise. Always use the correct ladder for the task. Check the weight rating for maximum load capacity prior to use. Inspect ladders daily and do not use broken ladders. Report damaged ladders to your supervisor immediately. Housekeeping plays a vital role in the prevention of serious hazards including slips, trips and falls, strains and sprains, fire, blocked emergency exits, and inaccessible fire extinguishers. General cleanliness of the workplace is the first step to prevent workplace injuries. We're finished with this section on safety, rules, and best practices. Remember, if you're not sure about what safety procedures you should be following or have any safety concerns at all, talk to your on-site manager or give us a call.